All right,
All
ladies and
right.
welcome to another installment of the WDW. As you guys know, what we do is what we do, and that is we discuss wrestling. I am Fernando Pimentel, and that is
Ken Collins.
come from you from Los Angeles. My boy over here comes from Vegas, but we unite here on a weekly basis and just talk the wrestling smuck and see what goes on with everything.
Yeah, yeah. It was a very fun-filled weekend yet again. I think WWE for a baseball term, they went back to back.
Oh yeah, for real. No, no, no.
They went back to back and they did that thing.
Let's be honest here. The last, I'm gonna say probably close to a month now, if not a month, wrestling has been on a good uptick.
Yes, it
Both
has.
AEW and WWE. I don't know if you've heard what everybody's raving and ranting about as of late, but I told you, I went to Revolution last year. It was a
Hmm.
great pay-per-view, had a couple of misses on some matches, especially that main event. I went to Revolution this year, a million times better than last year's Revolution to me. And mind you, last year's Revolution was still a really good event. But AEW Double or Nothing is being raven ranted as like one of, if not the best AEW pay-per-view, not just of this year, of all time. And you know what? Shout out to the New York crowd for being hot that way. Shout out for Queen,
Yep.
something like that, because the crowd does make an event. So shout out to them again to start off the matches the way they started off with Edge and FTR, Edge and Christian versus FTR, or Cope and Christian versus FTR, uh, Takeshita and Okada, and just the slew of matches that they had. Not one of them was dull. Like, and me as a fan who went to Revolution, I could tell you, I took a piss break during that Darby Allin and I forgot who his tag team partners were versus the Dogs. I legit, my daughters were like, okay, this is the match we need to go take a bathroom break on. Cool. We watched the pay-per-view, no issues, none.
None. Yeah. Shout out to wrestling for being on an uptick.
Yes.
Shout out, but I think part of that reason being is because also not only have the PLEs or the pay-per-view or special events been fantastic,
But the Raws and
the
SmackDowns.
follow-up shows have then followed suit.
Well,
And that's how you can continue momentum.
let me correct myself. The Raws have been good.
We,
SmackDown,
Smack,
SmackDown's on a completely different.
yeah, we've already uh we've been through our SmackDown woes and goals. We are on a positive note this time. We are talking about how good Clash in Italy is or
Yes,
was,
yes.
right?
Italy,
It
Italy,
was
good.
it was phenomenal.
I'll be honest with you. The last two PLEs, Backlash
Hmm.
and Clash at Italy, have definitely outshined WrestleMania as a whole. Because
Oh,
we broke down Mania. Mania
yeah,
one,
we did. We
Mania
did.
one was Mania Night One was the hottest piece of garbage of 2026. Like, like, like WWE December to December levels of garbage. If y'all remember that. And night two was definitely WrestleMania saving grace. But Backlash, really good. Clash at Italy, honestly, even better.
Yeah. You
So,
think well, because it was a PLE and Saturday Night's main event is more like a one-off special event, right? Um, I don't I didn't take one to be better than the other. I took it as an extension of what they set up from Saturday Night's main event. It built upon it.
I'm gonna give it to you like this, and maybe you agree. We both been watching wrestling for an extensive long time and everything like that. But I think the comparable or comparable for a PLE to Saturday Night's main event would be a pay-per-view versus a WCW Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions,
Okay. Okay.
Clash of Champions was either on TBS or TNT, depending on whichever one they wanted to put it on. Once they became like really big in the '90s, obviously they were doing it since the '80s. But I think Clash of Champions is what is an equivalent to Saturday Night's main event, and the PLEs is the equivalent to the pay-per-views.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
That's how I see it. That's how I
Okay.
feel about it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll give you that one. I like that. I like that. I think what really is the creme de la creme, the cherry on top of all of this is the reformation of the bloodline.
See, here's the thing, and we'll get into that because we got to discuss the main event of the recap of Clash of Italy. But I'll save my take for when we get there. So let's just go. Let's just go from the beginning, and I'm gonna let you lead this because unlike myself, you actually watched Clash of Italy live. I didn't because I had some things to do and I had to catch up afterwards. The only match I saw live, and I'm being honest here, people, was the Roman versus Jacob match. I had to rewind and watch everything else and go through it later on throughout the week to catch up because, just been busy. Life happens. So I'm going
Life
to let you
happens.
read this. So, what was the first match of the night?
Yeah, I don't remember. Tell me the first match of the night. I'll tell you what I thought.
How
It
do you
was
know?
Cody Rhodes.
It
Cody
was Cody
Rhodes.
versus,
All
it was
right, so
Cody versus
so
Gunther,
Cody
right?
Rhodes and Gunther, which Cody Rhodes and Gunther, which to me was the perfect way to start the show. It was Rumble, you know what I'm saying? You heard online and saw it on social. Oh, they're starting off with the championship already with them, like blah, blah, blah. I think that was the perfect way to start the show. It came out the gate like we mean business. Out the gate. Gunther always puts on a good show. He like you say what you want about Gunther, but when the bell rings and it's time for him to wrestle, he performs his ass off in that wrestling ring. And Cody, the same thing, right? Our issues with them aren't their in-ring talent.
No.
And so when you got the two of them together and finally it was like, okay, cool, they shut up and get to wrestling, phenomenal. Phenomenal performance. Uh Gunther was hard hitting as he always was and striking. He's getting better at selling things. But again, we knew the outcome.
Yeah, we knew
That
Cody
was
was.
my only thing. We knew Cody was going to win. The only, if you want to put blemish on the whole PLE, was we literally predicted every single match 100%.
Yes, yes.
Everything we said was going to happen happened. Um,
No,
but maybe that's a good thing.
it is. It is because when you get a pay-per-view, and I'm not going to say as predictable as this one, but when you get matchups where because remember, the only real one where we had a debate was the women's match. And I'm
Yeah,
not talking about Rhea,
Becky and
Becky and Soul.
yeah,
And
Becky and
yeah.
Soul.
But let me get back to this take when it comes to Cody and Gunther, and then I'll get back to this other part. Like I said when we were previewing this event, Gunther and Cody have chemistry together. Those two being the final two at the Royal Rumble and going at it the way they went at it when Cody won, fantastic. The match that they had, I believe, at Crown Jewel, I believe either last year or 2 years ago, fantastic. Whenever these two guys get together, they have a chemistry that just plays well for one another. Cody is not a small dude. He's not Rey Mysterio fighting the bigger dudes or anything like that. It's just that Gunther is so big, so much bigger and so much taller than Cody that he makes him look small. So Cody has to play the short good guy coming up against the huge bad guy. But that dynamic that they have and chemistry that they have with one another, honestly, I could watch those guys wrestle for give me an Iron Man match between those two. I am perfectly fine with that. I could see them having fun with that type of match. But
You really like watching them two go in a storyline together?
yeah, the problem is this. The problem is this. Gunther is very stoic and just ugh.
And
Cody,
Cody's too babyface.
exactly. That's the issue. It has nothing to do with their in-ring performances. It has to do with the way they play off of one another. And Cody is a little bit too much at times, you know?
Yeah, very much. A lot of times.
And I don't like the fact that he's reverted back to good guy Cody Rhodes. Let's not forget during the whole Randy WrestleMania storyline, Cody had a little shade of gray here and there that gave that storyline a little bit of oomph, you know? So why can't we get a little shade of gray of Cody Rhodes continuously? Push him
because they're
aside.
because because they're not going to turn him heel, and you would get that,
Look,
and
look,
it wasn't working. It
they
wasn't
made that mistake with
working.
Cena. They made that mistake with Cena. Why do you think his final year wasn't as grandiose as everybody wanted it to be? Because Cena never got that bad guy chain. And then they gave him the bad guy chain in his final year. Give Cody brunette Cody Rhodes up again and make him the bad guy.
Not brunette Cody Rhodes.
Let me ask you, let me ask you this, and let me ask everybody who watches this show. What is his nickname?
Raheem,
No, no, no. What is his nickname? What is the thing?
Cody,
Yeah, Cody's nickname.
Raheem.
No, it's the
What?
American Nightmare.
Oh, okay, okay.
When the hell have you ever had a nightmare that's good?
But we know it's a play off his dad being the American
Exactly,
dream.
exactly. And
We
his
we,
dad
we
was
get
what?
it.
One of the
So
ultimate good
it's
guys.
so right. But the thing is though, is with the American Nightmare persona, right? It's not necessarily about him being a nightmare. It's almost an oxymoron, right? He's really living out the dream. He's a nightmare to the establishment. He's a nightmare to the powers that be that forced him to have to leave WWE, go the indie route, and do all of those things, right? To come back to live his dream, right? So he's not using nightmare in that sense. He's using it more like when Michael Jackson said, I'm bad, right? He's using it in a way to he's flipping the script on them. He's their worst nightmare. He's the people's dream, and that's kind of where you get that from, and where he's going with that one.
Bro, you literally just described 1996 The Rock when he debuted. He was the nightmare to everything the establishment was. No one wanted him like that. But who didn't like him? The fans didn't. Because he got shoved down our throats way too much. And what did he do? Become a bad guy. What did he become? One of the biggest, if not the biggest entertainer of all time. You
Yeah,
can
but the fans liked Cody. The
no, they
fans
don't.
liked
No,
Cody.
they
No,
don't.
they don't
They're booing
now,
him.
but I'm just
They're
saying
booing him.
then.
Exactly. We could change him now. We could change Cody and make him not the nightmare to the establishment as he's been. He could be the nightmare to the fans and the dream to the establishment, making him the bad guy. You literally gave the blueprint in your dissertation right there on how you make Cody Rhodes a bad guy.
Mm,
You did it right there, and it's not like he doesn't play a great bad guy. Screw apologies for the way I'm saying this in terminology or terms, but screw what he did in AEW as a bad guy. Screw what he did in the Indies as a bad guy. Just go back to dashing Cody Rhodes. Just,
he
just
was
go
just
back.
annoying.
Yeah,
Dashie Cody Rhodes was just he was just he was smug, you know.
yeah. And you think this Cody can't be smug? You think this Cody, who's
Because
grown,
Cody is smug.
exactly, but
Easy to find, hard to beat. Like, come on now. Like he
make
is
him
smug.
smug, make him terribly smug, and then you know who you set him up with? The other nightmare to the establishment, the person that no one really wants in the establishment to be a good guy, but yet he is the guy. You put him with Punk. They already set that up. You're gonna tell me you're gonna have CM Punk turn into a bad guy in that turn? No, you make Cody the bad guy. See what I'm saying? Like they have to go long term now.
Maybe when Punk, well, their long we already know their long term thing is Cody versus Roman again. I just don't want to see that at WrestleMania. I hope that's not they're not leading to a
I don't think
Roman.
that's gonna be the long
I
term.
I think they're setting it up for Crown Jewel. Roman will finally get a Crown Jewel win that pushes him even further. That then sets up. Hopefully, we get what we all wanted in the first place before the Cody Crybabies came in and fucked it up for everybody, and that's Roman versus The Rock.
Man, I'm still pissed off because I was supposed to be WrestleMania 39, and that's the mania I was at. But no, man, Cody, I feel, is on the brink of switching that character up. And who doesn't like a nice turn? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't like it? Like Cena, name me another wrestler. other than John Cena, that never went bad guy when he was a good guy. Other than Hogan as well, of course, because Hogan was not a bad guy in WWE at all, ever.
I was thinking that in my head, Hogan, but then I was like, no, because he had that historic Hollywood Hogan run
Yeah, but see, that
in
was in
AW.
that was in
But
WWE.
yeah, but then they bought him and he came back and he's still that, and then the whole thing with the Rock switch. But technically, he turned heel
Yeah, technically.
before all of that, right? So I'm just thinking in the whole scheme of the pro wrestling thing,
And yes,
maybe
I know
Andre the
people,
Giant,
and
maybe Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant was a bad guy. Who the hell do you think Hogan fought
Man.
at WrestleMania 3? He fought bad guy Andre the Giant.
But Andre the Giant wasn't like a real bad guy.
He was, bro. He was. He
Oh,
was. He was aligned with
okay.
the $1 Million Man. He was a part of that whole uh twin referees that screwed Hogan out of the title that led to the WrestleMania tournament that had
Okay.
Macho Man win the title. So yeah, but you can't name one other than Cena. Rock has done it. Austin has done it. Taker has done it. Triple H has done it. Shawn Michaels has done it. Jericho has done it. Anybody that you think, Kurt Angle has done it, the ultimate bad guy, the hangman, and I'm not talking about Adam Page, I'm talking about the guy that will not be named. All of them have been bad guys before. Yes, I know Cody Rhodes prior to this WWE run when he was in the WWE, he was a bad guy. But this Cody Rhodes is different. That's not the same Cody Rhodes.
Here's the cool part. I don't disagree with you that it's probably time for a heel turn for Cody. But who's going to be, and you saying Punk would be the one that maybe we'll see. We'll see. But I don't disagree with you. Really, the reality of it is, I want him to be heel and finish up that storyline with Randy. Like maybe that's what gets him into turning that, right? And maybe Punk is in there, but like, because you can have bad guy versus bad guy,
You can't have good guy versus good guy.
right? But you can have bad guy versus bad
Yeah.
guy. And I think maybe you turn him heel and he starts doing some things that he shouldn't do to keep the title.
You're
And
kind of you're kind of in the road that I'm going in. You're almost there. You just made a couple of exits a little too early. This is how I see it. He wins the Gunther storyline.
of
He wins
course,
that storyline. Roman beats him at Crown Jewel, and he sees how the fans are actually liking Roman more than they're liking him. And that's what gets the wheels turning. And that's what gets the wheels turning. You see what I'm saying?
yep. Well,
And then you
we'll
bring in
see.
Randy to
I think
test
bad
his
guy versus
merit. Yeah. And then you bring Brandy in to test his merit as the bad guy Cody. Cody versus
okay.
Randy, bad guy versus bad guy would work fantastically to me. And then once he beats that storyline, Punk, Cody.
Yeah, but I want Randy to get the belt, so I don't know about that one.
And well, you could, hey, at the end of the day,
I
you
want
know,
Randy to get the belt for sure,
at
for
the,
sure.
and for people who didn't like that this match was the first match, yo, let's not forget they opened up a WrestleMania with Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the title.
Yeah, but that was
Well,
Bobby
not
Lashley
next
and Drew
year.
McIntyre.
Yeah, us think about that. No, and that was a WrestleMania. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we know that because they've opened it up with Becky. Like, I think the first time they did a title match opening up was with Becky Lynch, if I'm
Oh no,
not
no,
mistaken.
I'm talking about the WWE title. Just the way the WWE title, not just a title, the WWE Championship
I
was.
got you. I
Oh,
got you.
yeah,
Yeah, but they also weren't like the headliner names.
Lashley and Drew were to me. Do you remember when main evented that night one? Oh man, you out of all people should know that. Sasha versus
Was
Sasha versus
Bianca and Sasha,
yeah,
which deserved it.
did it.
Yeah, and that was historic.
I think Rhea versus Charlotte deserved it more.
Nah,
Yeah,
Bianca was on fire, and Sasha Banks is. I think if Sasha Banks came back to WWE right now, she'd be the biggest thing in WWE, and
speaking of
nobody's
comebacks, we'll
doing
talk about that in a minute. we'll talk about that in a few. But what was the next match?
it. So after that one, we had. You always have the list in front of you. Just read the list off.
I don't actually. I wish I
Why
did.
you, why,
I wish I did, but I didn't. But since you want me to look it up, I will do it
Because
for
I would
you.
have to, yeah, I would look it up. Because in my mind, I wanted to say it was Becky, but no, it was
Hold on, I will tell you right now. Give me a sec.
J-
Next,
it was
Rhea
Rhea
versus
and
Jade.
Jade,
Yep.
which Jade is starting to become a wrestler.
Jade has improved
She
so much.
that match was fire simply because not only was she still using her power, right? But now she's selling better.
Hmm.
She's actually using her athleticism, which she's always had. For whatever reason, it just seemed like, why are you so stiff? She's not
Yeah.
stiff. She's
No.
flowing with it, right? And what can we say about Rhea? We already know Rhea is creme de la creme, top notch, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to all of this. So like that match, it was beautiful. I'm sitting up here watching, and I was like, Jay, you're gonna lose, but you are actually out here doing your thing. And so I was like very, very, very pleasantly surprised on how well she wrestled in that match, was performing her moves, was selling, was taking the bumps, doing everything right at the right time, right at the right moments. Like I didn't expect that kind of match from the two of them.
I kind of did. I just didn't expect Jade to be as advanced as she's gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it into perspective. She showed up as this attraction in AEW because no one
Yeah,
knew anything about her.
she was just dominating in
Exactly.
Adonis. You know what I'm saying? Like Amazon.
Exactly. And then we are where we're at right now. I will say these last two matches between Rhea and Jade have been the best of Jade's career, minus her last match in AEW with, I believe, Chris Statlander. That match was really good with her coming losing the belt, but it
Yeah,
was
but Statlander kind of carried it a little bit.
Rhea kind of carried both of these matches, but at the same time, you could see Jade's improvement.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
You could
Yeah.
see Jade's improvement. You could see
You
where
yeah, you can see she's leaps and bounds from
Mhm.
from where she started. Like this is I'm like, yo, keep this going. Keep this going. Because now it's now you can really feud with the Biancas and the Rheas and the Charlottes, like the women who are your size.
Yeah,
And that's gonna make it look really, really good.
no lie either. The match that she had on SmackDown with Alexa Bliss was actually really good too. The one
Yeah,
prior to the event.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but we are Alexa. I'm a little biased with Alexa because she's one of my ones. And she's always yo. Her mic game need to improve though because they murdered her on the mic.
Oh yeah, no. Alexa murdered her on the mic on that.
Oh my God, Alexa just showed her like, yeah, you still got a lot to learn, rookie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's levels to this.
yeah.
Murdered her on the mic. Oh my goodness.
And mind you, damn near I believe every person that she's in the ring with there, she's already beaten. She's beaten Charlotte in the past. She's beaten the Beckys. She's beaten the Sasha. She's beaten everybody that there's pretty much to beat. So what she said was true compared to Jade. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
But
Alexa. So let's keep it 100. Alexa Bliss was just gone for so long. She got married. She had a kid. She worked through her injury. She was on vacation mode, right? Then decided to come back. But when she was there before she left, she was the one.
oh yeah, 5 feet of
She
Fury.
she
She was
yeah,
big.
she was the one where where basically where Liv Morgan is right now. That was Alexa Bliss
Oh no, Alexa Bliss was a million times better than
and
that.
bigger because she was with Bray.
Yeah.
Like hands down, she ran the women's division. Period, and was a bigger star than some of the guys.
Yup.
So it was her coming back and then teaming with Charlotte.
I
Like
believe
now, I'm ready to start to see her go back onto a solo run.
I believe she is the only woman to ever pin Randy Orton. No, no lie, no lie. I
Well,
believe
yeah, but I remember that feud because that's when he was feuding with Bray, and
correct.
she was on there. I remember that. But those was some good storylines. Those
Yeah.
Those good times. Good times.
And continuous praise when it comes to Jade Cargill too. Earlier this week, happy birthday to her. She turned.
Oh yeah, happy
I'm
birthday.
not gonna say her age because we should not say a woman's age, but happy birthday to her. She
He's such a gentleman, y'all. He's such a gentleman.
only once in a while, not all the time. But yeah, no. Jade definitely is improving, and I want to see her continuously grow. I want to see what they're gonna put her in next. I've already told you. Well, we'll get to it, but I already told you what I believe they should have done with her originally, considering what came in the aftermath of the other women's match.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So after this, it was Brock versus Oba.
Brock versus Oba. Okay. So Brock versus Oba to me was like a Rocky movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am very much so ready for the trilogy. And they did it perfectly too. It didn't have to be a super long match. This was the perfect match to keep short, show their power, show their intensity. Brock came through, did what he needed to do, got out of the ring, was like, we wanted one now, bro. What's up? What's up? This has to be, if it was a work for the retirement, the best work we've had in a long time for something like that. But it's beautiful to see the big man versus the big man. And it's still a little bit of that passing of the torch we talked about earlier when they had the match and we thought he was really retirement. And this is like, okay, you got it next, right? It's like, nah, wait a minute. I'm the beast. I'm still that dude. I'm going out on my own thing. And I love the setup because I think this is going to just make SummerSlam that much better
Yeah.
for when we get to Minnesota and we've got Brock in there.
Oh yeah. So to me, it played out exactly how it needed to play out. I know people are gonna say, "Oh my God, he pinned him clean." Did he really though? Like let's go down. Let's go down the line on this. To start off the match, he hit him with four F5s. Okay, that's to start off the match, and then he puts him in a Kimura lock. And the fact that Oba, after four F5s and being put in the Kimura lock, he powered out of the move, only for Lesnar to put it right back in, Oba to get back up and ram him into the turnbuckles. Do you really think, just by the description of that Oba was being dominated? No. Oba to me is showing that he is that guy that can equal Brock Lesnar's beast. And not only equal it, but surpass it. And then Oba gets his in. He tries to chokeslam Lesnar, doesn't happen. Another F5. Then he goes for another F5. Oba hits the choke slam. And it's just, it played out perfectly to me, honestly. It took seven F5s. Or was it six? I forgot. I think it was
I think
seven.
it I think it was seven, right?
Yeah.
But that goes to what I was saying earlier. He came in showing beast,
Yes.
right? And to your point, Oba was able to take it and still try and put up a fight,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's just kind of like, yo, young pup, I still got something left.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like it was more so experience over the bruteness, right, of
Exactly.
the beast and the ruler. Yeah, because he came out hot, man. He came out F5, F5,
Exactly. F5.
F5, F5 through the table. And
Yep.
then you see anybody else, they not getting up.
No, they're not.
Oba, Oba getting up and like, let's keep going. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then at the end, too, it was kind of like, okay, you get the win, but Oba sitting there like, got me, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
get you. Right.
Exactly.
It was like we could go right now, again, right now.
Exactly.
It wasn't overpowering, but it showed a lot of power.
And to the people who are complaining, oh my God, they beat Oba clean, blah 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 blah. It's not like he lost to. I don't want to. It's not like he lost to Tozawa. He lost to Brock Lesnar. No disrespect to these guys too, because I like both of them. Oba lost to Tony D'Angelo in NXT. Oba lost to Ricky Saints in NXT. I could put Ricky Saints and Tony D'Angelo together, and they would not equal a third of what Brock Lesnar is.
Right.
So for people to say that, oh my God, they did Oba dirty, no, they're still making Oba look strong. You're just pissed off that Lesnar won. Let's just keep it a buck. That's the
Yeah,
reality.
that's a real. And if you watch this, you already know they're setting this up for a trilogy. So you should have
Exactly.
known Brock was gonna come in and win,
Yeah.
right? The thing is, and why we're saying like this is so good is they basically told us who was gonna win every single match when they made these matches.
Yep.
The trick now is how do you make them good, even though everybody knows the outcome? And they did an excellent job. The writers, the storytellers, and the performers did an
Mhm.
excellent job selling all of it to us.
Now, I don't want to rush through this next one, but we, kind of a little pressed on time. But Sol Ruka versus Becky. We kind of knew it was going to be with Sol coming out of this one and everything. But let's talk more about the backlash of this match and what everything is saying and the debate. We're both darker skin tone and everything like that, but you are what you are, sir. So let me
Hey,
ask you this.
I'm rooting for everybody that's black.
Do you accept Sol Ruka as the first black intercontinental women's champion of all time?
You said her daddy black, right?
Yes.
How long has the women's intercontinental champion been in existence?
Few years. Few years.
Few years. Okay.
Few,
And in that time frame, has anybody black held it?
no.
Okay. And
Naomi and Bianca have been going for the world titles at the time.
they've been world title holders. They weren't mid carders, they were major carders,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So yes, I accept it. Just like Rock was the first black WWE
WWE
champion,
champion, like I told you.
right?
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Hey, in case y'all didn't know, the laws of the land is if you have, you the whole, right? That's just kind
how
of
about if,
how it
how about if you
goes.
how about if you a quarter?
You steal that.
Got it. Okay. Now, I say this and I ask this because we had this discussion via text and everything like that. This is why I wish they would have started Jade off being the powerhouse, but at the same time making her prove her ground and not just throwing her in there with the big dogs. Because to me, I honestly think Jade should have been the first black intercontinental women's champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. Because again, I
How long has it really been 2 years?
it's been a few years now. Yeah, it's been a few years now that it's been introduced. I believe two or
Okay.
three now. But
Okay. Two or three. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. But see,
and that's how
but
long
Jay,
Jade.
but that's why we talked about when Jay came in though, she was if they I think they introduced it while Jade was still there because Jade's been there for about 2 or 3 years now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But she came in already working top card.
That was the problem.
But there were other people who she had to be top card. Her name and her presence, it just be like that sometimes. And then with other NXT women and other women who were mid cards who could never have gotten top card, and that's why they needed those mid card titles.
But
And
but see,
so I have no problem that she hasn't had it yet, but they can do with her what they're doing with Tiffany right now and give her a mid card run just like Tiffany is. Because again, I told you I thought Tiffany it was too soon for her to be the women's champ, right?
I
But if we
don't
had a mid card at the time, right, she could have had that kind of run, and now they're doing that to her. They can do the
I
same thing with Jade. I'm just not sure now how that'll look because she's improved so much.
I don't want to cause an incident, but I guess I'm going to with this comment. We can't compare Tiffy to Jade. We can't.
Yes, we can.
We can't. You want to know why we can't?
Why?
Because Tiffy at her worst is still better than Jade right now at her best.
Absolutely incorrect.
No, go go go
Absolutely
go,
incorrect.
go give me
Absolutely
everything that
incorrect.
you've seen from Tiffy in NXT when she first came in to now.
Absolutely
I
incorrect.
will take
That's because
her.
you're a Jade hater.
No, I'm not a Jade hater.
You are
I'm
a
not even
Jade
praising her
hater.
for improvement. I like the improvement. It's just to me, Tiffy when she came into NXT, showing off what she did, I think she's had better matches in NXT than Jade has had on the main roster. Debate me on that.
You're a
I
Jade hater.
honestly think Tiffy has had better matches in NXT than Jade has had on the main roster.
Tiffany's had better matches in NXT than Jade has had on the main roster. But Jade hasn't had as many matches either,
Exactly
right?
why she should have been
So,
in the mid
but
card.
but 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 the matches are just a part of it.
The thing with
There's the
Jade is,
look,
and there's
there's the
one thing
persona. Her persona is so much
that's
bigger than
exactly what I
Tiffany's.
cannot. That's what I cannot debate or take away from Jade Cargill. She has the
Her
it factor. She has the look. But also,
it
when
is
someone has the
so
it
much bigger
factor,
than Tiffany's.
yeah. But when someone has the it factor and look, how many times have you had somebody in WWE that has the it factor and the look and has failed miserably? Ryback had the it factor and the look, failed miserably. You know what I'm saying? Like people are big just because they got muscles and they look good doesn't mean they are fit to be in the ring like that all
Right.
the time. Up in the main card.
Here's I think here's what you're missing. You can have the look, but you might not have the it factor. Because if you have it, baby, you have it. To quote the late great Dusty Rose, baby, you've got it. If you've got it, you've got it. Jade
Yeah,
has that.
he
Jade,
got it.
if you right,
Yeah, no,
because Dusty
debating
don't
that.
look like a right. Like he don't have to look, but he got it. You feel me? So I
Yeah.
think that's the part where you're like Jade has it. Like, she just
Oh no, she
has
has
it.
it and the look. She has it and the look.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but but there's one main component in ring.
No, that's because
Tiffy.
you're a purist.
Tiffy has it. She may not have the look. She has the standard look that you want, but Jade has the look.
And Jay's persona is so much bigger.
But then you take the in ring, and I'll take
And now
Tiffy
her
over Jade.
okay, that which is fine, right? But what we're saying is if there's three parts, Jade's beating her 2 out of 3.
No, they're tied 2-2.
How they tie 2 to 2?
Tiffy got it. She just doesn't have the look. Jade has it and the look. Tiffy got the in ring. Jade doesn't. 2-2.
So that no, that's Jay beats her 2. Jade's got a better look. She's got more it. She just doesn't have the in ring. Tiffany don't have the look. Her it isn't as big, meaning her persona.
She has the
And
standard
I
look.
mean, but Jay beats her in it factor. Jay beats her in looks factor. Jay just doesn't beat her in the in ring work, which she's improving upon. The one thing that you can actually improve upon, she's improving upon. Tiffy, either you got it or you don't. You might get incremental, but like if either you got it or you don't, and her look is gonna be her look.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I know we said we ain't gonna talk age or anything like that, but Tiffany definitely has more time in WWE and will have more time in WWE than Jade.
Which is fine. But right now is not her time. It ain't
Uh,
Tiffy time right now.
you know what? I do have my watch and everything like that, but no, I just think congrats to Soul. Again, my biggest debate with Soul was I don't know if because she's been botching as of late, if the front office was gonna say have it, but they trusted her. So let's hope their trust is exactly what we're looking for because come on, she has the new Lita look, to be honest.
I
She
like
has
how
the
you
new
put
Lita,
that.
and we all know how dope Lita was. Soul has that. Soul in NXT was, snatching people up and everything like that, and she did good. So I just hope it continues for Soul. Same the way that I hope that it continues with Jade. And, we'll see, Tiffy being a little out of it as of late, but she'll be back.
She will.
She will. She will.
And on that one, we're gonna take a quick break
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be right back and we'll go
With the
over
main event
Bloodline and the main event and the
on
Raw
the AEW.
aftermath.
Mm-hmm. And we are back. We are back. We are back after that little break. But let's get to the main event because that is obviously where I feel some people are divided here. I don't think everybody is excited about what occurred and how it happened and everything, but we are where we are. So
Who's
let's go.
divided?
I don't know. There are some people that aren't liking this. There are some people that are not liking this.
How could you not like the return of the bloodline?
I don't know. There's just some people who aren't liking this, but let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. Now, you know what? Tribal combat isn't as wild as a lot of people think it would be.
I did think it was going to be a little bit more wild than that, especially with Jacob Fatu. Um, I really thought it was going to be a little bit more devastating and a little bit more bloody. But with all that being said, it still gave me what I needed.
Oh, it gave me the match I wanted. There's
It
no doubt
it it
about it.
it it was satisfying. It was good food. It was worth the watch. It was worth the storytelling. It was worth everything it was. Um, but we want to see Jacob put up a fight because if they're positioning him as this werewolf and this unhinged dude and everything else, like
Hmm.
they had to bring the beast out of Roman in order to do it. So and Roman is that dude. Roman is that dude.
Roman is that dude, but Roman definitely's been that dude for
He
almost a
get like he
decade.
said, yeah, he said, I gave y'all 2 years to try and take the spot. You couldn't do it. So now I'm back. And he's coming for it all. Right.
Hmm.
Um, I loved the looking at Solo being in the crowd at the end and looking at the MFTs. Jay assuming that right hand man position. And now and come on, come on, Jacob. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's being unhinged again. Like, somebody please go save Sammy and bring him back too.
Well,
Um, but yeah,
he's a bad guy
like,
right now. He is a bad guy right now. He
right.
may he may
So
come back to the fam.
he may come back to the fam. So, and I don't, what did they do with the wise man though? He was a very important part of that bloodline.
Yeah, I don't think they need the wise man in this one.
They don't.
I
They
don't. I
don't.
think the
But that's
wise
the
man
scary
is busy.
part.
I think he's busy with Lesnar and the remaining vision.
Bad luck vision.
Yeah,
Um, they got vision, but can't see an injury coming.
exactly.
Um, yeah, I don't know why people are divided. The reason they're on Netflix is because of the bloodline. The
Hmm.
reason their paychecks are higher is because of the bloodline. And, the antithesis is Roman Reigns in all of this. He's back. He's elevating the shows, he's elevating everything. Keep in mind, what did you say? Oh, wrestling seems like it's been better over the last couple months, right? Well,
Hmm.
who just came back full time over the last couple of months? Please
Roman.
acknowledge him. Exactly. Acknowledge him. Right. So this is exactly the direction that they need to go. And I'm very intrigued on where they get to. And again, my hope is The Rock. Roman versus The Rock.
No, you're wrong. Shut it.
You're rolling, shut it.
Now, I love how you just completely jumped over the match and went into the end of it.
Yeah, I had to. I had to. Because the match it would we just talked about how the match wasn't necessarily exactly what we thought it was gonna be.
I got
Right?
out what I wanted to get out of it.
Which is what?
It was a little destructive. There was a little violence. I'm in for it. I'm into that. Like I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
It it
It
it, it,
sufficed. It
it
sufficed.
sufficed. It sufficed.
But you are
It
correct.
sufficed. How did I browse over it? I was like, it
But
sufficed.
but you are correct. The most important thing and what is progressing on now is the fact that for the first time, Jacob is now a part of the bloodline. Because remember, he was not a
Officially.
part of the bloodline. He was
No, he
not a
came
part of
in.
it.
He was part of the Bloodline 2.0
He was part of
and
Solo.
Solo. I love you, Solo. He was
Exactly.
part of all of that.
So
And
this is
now,
a key joint.
so this is almost like what people don't. This is an elevation for Jacob. This is them saying like, "Yo, dude, you came in and did what you needed to do. Now you're being paired with the man."
Yeah. But it opens up a whole world of possibility now because, as you stated, Roman looks to his left, right there, front row, the MFTs with Solo right there. And he says it, you can clearly say it, I got something for his ass.
Hmm.
So to me, it means that this Roman Solo thing isn't over, and I like that
Me
because
too.
Solo, I told you, Solo to me should be higher. He shouldn't be where he's at. Solo to me was Solo should have been what Jacob is right now.
Well, here's the thing. That's why they gave him the MFTs in SmackDown. He's supposed to be running SmackDown, but they didn't give him a storyline with Cody
Exactly. They
because they
gave
wanted
Wyatt.
right, and which I thought was stupid. And so, and look, all the wires is now gone. They got released. Yeah, kick rocks because y'all wasn't moving the needle anyway. Um, and the nostalgia was over.
Yeah.
So the reality of it is that the storytelling, the powers that be didn't give Solo the run he was supposed to. But now that Roman's back, notice the sprinkling in of Solo, making sure he gets stuff up, getting the family together. We could potentially see a war games where if his side wins, they all gotta acknowledge him. I think that that would be something dope. That's how you can bring the Rock back in it, so the Rock can be with the MFTs, right? Because it was like Solo was supposed to take over, Solo was supposed to do this, you didn't do that. Now I'm here to do this. Something can be done there, right? But he was supposed to run SmackDown. Now we bring in the Raw aftermath a little bit. He's sending. We got King of the Ring, which we
Yeah.
have to talk about. But he's sending Jay to go to King of the Ring to go get that
Yes.
title.
Yes. He's sending him, basically sending him to SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
because that title is on the SmackDown side. So you got to take it
Yeah,
there. So will that lead to Jay and Solo fighting one another for the SmackDown reign? See what I'm saying?
maybe, but
I said it's a world of
it's
possibilities.
well, it's a well because we've seen the bloodline take all the gold before.
Yes, we have tag team, world. They didn't even have the mid card. That's how dope they were. They didn't need the mid card. They had the tag team titles, both of them, the unified, and they had the champion.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a world of possibilities, and I actually do love it. I do love the world of possibilities that are going on with it because, again, it just puts an emphasis on the main guys that we've already known, which is Jay, Jimmy, Jacob, and Roman. And now we're bringing Solo back into the fold. And like you said, notice I just named four people there, right? There's only three here. But who else is on SmackDown? Sammy, as you stated, that could be their fourth.
That could be their fourth. You're right.
That
You're
could be
right.
their fourth. Sammy, because let's not forget, as much as it was Jay and Sammy, Sammy and Solo had a nice little my dog, my dog, my dog. They had those moments. Who kept breaking Solo?
So so basically, you send Jay over there. He links up with Sammy. Sammy and them get Solo and Tonga and Tola in line. You now have them all in line. Jay possibly gets the title. I can see how this all goes that way.
Yeah, I can see it too.
I can see how that just goes that way. That would be dope. That would be dope.
Now,
But the
yeah. Let's talk about this King of the Ring stuff though. Because they announced it and dumped it on us. And I was like, what the hell?
had matches the very next night. Like, so who do you think wins King of the Ring? Let's just go there. Forget going through who has the matches, who takes King of the Ring on the men and the women's side.
Wow. All right. I feel the finale for the men is going to be Oba versus Jay.
Okay.
And I feel Jay's going to win because Brock screws over Oba setting up the SummerSlam match.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going there. Now, when it comes to the ladies is definitely a lot more difficult because there are a couple of matches in that first round that, damn, like you have Liv Morgan versus Becky in the first round against each other. Not in the same bracket. They're opening against each other. You have,
Becky's gonna win.
I think Liv is. Uh, I think Liv wins that. Then you have a little further down Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair. And then you also have Bayley versus Raquel. And then, honestly, probably the most underrated one out of all of them to me, Ruka versus Valkyria is going to be a good match. Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green is going to be good. But Kiana James versus JC Jane, that's going to be a dope match. The women, honestly, to me, even though the guys have the star power, because come on, there's LA Knight in there,
There's
there's
LA Knight in there.
Finn Balor.
I would argue I think the women have the more star power because
I
there's
think
more heavy hitters going up against heavy hitters.
I think the women have more possibilities of having better matches than the men.
Yeah, because they got more heavy hitters going up against heavy hitters.
That's what I think. No, but it's not like okay, is out of the women's matches that I just named, which one is probably the heaviest one to you? Like the biggest, like, oof, I gotta watch that. Let me go through them again. Morgan versus Becky.
That's a big
Alexa,
one.
Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green. Sol Ruka versus Lyra Valkyrie. Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill.
That's a big one.
Okay.
I think
Io,
that's probably the biggest one.
Io already beat Roxy.
Yeah,
Uh, let's see here. Bayley versus Raquel. And again, my favorite one that's an underdog one, Kiana James versus JC Jane. All
well, who
right.
do you think wins it? I I I think Chelsea Green makes it to the finals.
Nah.
There's a turn going on. There's momentum behind her. And remember, I kept trying to tell you, she's bigger than the mid card.
She is, but you think she's gonna get past Alexa Bliss and then either get past the winner of Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch?
Yes,
No, no, I'm sorry, she's not.
yeah,
If she gets
that's
past,
her getting over. That's the push.
if she gets past Bliss, she's not beating the winner of Lynch versus Morgan.
You couldn't see her as Queen of the Ring.
I could. Hey, I saw Selena Vega as Queen of the Ring, but even Selena Vega as Queen of the Ring did not have this star-studded lineup.
I'm just saying,
So
she has heat.
I think the winner of this tournament, I think the winner of this tournament is going to be Io, and she's going to go after Rhea.
Okay,
You want to know why?
if you gonna tell me why anyway?
I am. You realize Rhea has never beaten Io.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So there's the storyline for that. You know, Jade will get, I think, honestly, to that final to fight Io. That's what I think the final is going to be. Io versus Jade.
I just don't think that that's a storyline that they're gonna go back to just right now
People are
because
Rhea being the good girl right now. Kind of the same way they're getting tired of Cody being the good guy. And Rhea, we've seen her as the bad guy. We've seen mommy.
we love mommy.
Exactly. And what's the best way to turn her? Turn her with her best friend. Come on, buddy.
I don't know. Well, her and Charlotte are getting real buddy buddy right now.
True, but Charlotte now has to deal with Rhea's backlash from Jade.
Yeah, I see what you see. I just don't agree with it.
Okay, okay. Who do you
I
think?
see what you see.
I got Io
I,
winning. I got Io winning the women's.
you
Who
know
do
what? I'm a stick with my underdog story with Chelsea Green.
you love? Look, I love Chelsea, but not as much as you, obviously.
Well, because I think Queen of the Ring is kind of the little perfect tournament to give her that push you need, right? I'm not saying she goes on and wins the championship, but it gives you the opportunity to see what she would do at the top of the card, which she hasn't had the ability to do yet. or the opportunity to do yet. So if you want to see how she performs, if you want to see what it looked like for her to be, main card title chasing up in there, this is the tournament and the perfect opportunity to do this. And she has heat. Did you watch Raw after she won
Yeah, I
and
did.
saw what the crowd was doing? Like there is serious movement behind her right now.
Oh yeah, there definitely is but okay, okay. Let's take a comparable to her. Male wise, do you know who she reminds me of? The fans being behind her, everybody loving her. She needs to be more pressed and put on bigger storylines and attached to bigger crowds. Do you know who she reminds me of?
Who?
Her husband.
No,
Yes.
absolutely not.
You're telling me
Absolutely not.
You're telling me she does
Don't
not remind
just
you of Zack Ryder?
don't
She does not remind
don't
you of Zack Ryder. Come on, bro. Don't give me that. Don't.
no. She's got more she's just better than him.
Oh wow. Oh wow. They could run the exact same storyline that they did with Zack Ryder, minus all the Kane pushing him off and getting injured and everything like that stuff with her, and she will be loved. I don't see her carrying the big belts with the names that are still on the roster right now. I can't see her beating the
I
Rheas. I can't see her
I
being Jade.
didn't say she would get the title. I'm just saying she'll win Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, but if you're gonna make her a event player, you gotta have her win the title once.
But it doesn't have to be right after Queen of the Ring. You just got to see what she looks like in the main events in that
True.
in that atmosphere. And this is the perfect opportunity to be able to do that.
I agree. I agree with you there. I will give you that. But again, mine is Io versus Jade in the finals, and I have Io winning.
Okay. I got Chelsea winning. And what's
Yeah.
the men's side so I can give you mine?
All right. Men. Let's see here. Uh Oba's already in the quarter or in the semis
Mm-hmm.
actually. Oba's already
Mm-hmm.
men have some good matches, and some matches is like it's predictable. Like Rey Mysterio versus Braun Breaker.
Braun.
Braun, exactly. Uh this is a good one. This is a really good one right here. Trick Williams versus Damian Priest.
Trick.
Trick, of course. And then that would set up Trick versus Braun.
Braun.
And that would set up Braun versus Oba.
Oba.
That's that would mean Oba's in the finals. Okay.
Okay.
On the other side, Seth Rollins versus Javon Evans.
Seth.
Okay. On the other side, Tongaloa versus Ricky Saints.
Tonga.
I got Ricky.
I understand why you have Ricky. Tonga.
Finn Balor versus Royce Keys. That's a hard one.
Finn.
Because remember, Finn just got sent to SmackDown.
Yeah. Finn only because it's tenure.
Gotcha. And the last match in that bracket, LA Knight versus Jey Uso.
Jay.
All right. That would mean you would have Finn versus Jay.
Jay.
And that would mean you would have Seth versus Tonga.
Seth.
All right. I will agree with you there. And then I agree that Seth will get screwed by Braun Breaker because he didn't make the finals, because he lost to Oba. So he's going to continue that storyline. And then you have Jay versus Oba. Yep, exactly.
Well, but I think Seth is gonna win King of the Ring though. So I follow your thing.
Yeah.
But if he wins King of the Ring, then that puts him already in the main event with like a Cody because he's not going for Roman.
He would have to go for
Shit.
Roman Raw.
No, because King of the Ring, you can go for any title.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like you go for that brand.
Is it the brand or the brand you're on if you win?
Honestly, it says that we'll earn a championship match at the winner of each tournament will earn a championship match at SummerSlam 2026. It just doesn't say which title.
Right. So if it's at SummerSlam, right?
Is
So
that some?
you can have Seth versus Cody at SummerSlam. They have a storyline there,
I still think it would be Cody versus Jay
but you're gonna have Oba. Well, Oba's gonna lose
because Lesnar
because
him,
you
and then
got to have Lesnar versus Oba at SummerSlam.
exactly.
But I can see you putting Oba in the main event just to give him the light, right?
Hey, come on, the story's written right there. I just told you it was going to be Oba versus Braun. Oba wins. Braun's pissed. He screws Seth. You set up the second trilogy match.
Just because you make it sound good, don't mean that is right.
It's not my fault that I know wrestling, bro. It's not my fault that I know wrestling, my guy.
Oh, because that legit makes sense. Because I'm like, oh yeah, because that goes with the bloodline storyline, especially with Cody being in their way. So Jay versus Cody at SummerSlam.
Okay, I kind of messed up. Let me go back to this. All right.
Hmm.
So the first line of matches isn't one versus one, it's 4-pack matches. So
Yeah,
Io Sky beat not only Roxy, but Julia and Lash Legend.
yeah.
That means it's going
But
to be Bailey versus Raquel versus JC Jane versus Kiana James.
so Bailey wins.
Yeah. And then she'll fight Io.
Yeah.
So then
So everything we kind of said with the things is still.
I could see Chelsea coming out of the Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan. So I feel you there.
I'm trying. I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you.
But I see Jade coming out of the Charlotte, Lyra Valkyria, so Ruka. So that would,
Yeah.
do you really think they're gonna put Chelsea over Jade? Like you got to think about that, bro. Like you really think they're gonna put Chelsea over Jade?
Queen of the Ring, yes.
Ooh, no, bro. I just don't. I don't see it because you also got to look. I get where you're going because of your favoritism and your love for Chelsea, but you got to
I
think.
love Jay just as much.
No, but you got exactly. You have to think it logically from the other side.
So
Is there a
right.
storyline? Is there a
I'm trying to
storyline?
tell
Is
I'm
there a
trying to tell
storyline
you.
where Chelsea and EO are involved?
But you create one. There's
No. They have a built-in storyline with Jade and EO right there. The winner goes after Rhea.
it doesn't say which belt they had to go after.
Exactly. Do you
And
really?
Jay and Chelsea, here's the thing. You're just getting the SummerSlam, right? You're just getting the SummerSlam. The tournament itself is to highlight up and coming new talent or someone who might be a little deserving. That's
Yeah,
what the
that's the case.
king and queen. That's what the king and the queen were. Think
That's the case.
historically. Think about who wins King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring.
If that's the case, then give me JC Jane on the women's side. If that's the case, give me JC Jane and Fatal Attraction. I'm taking JC Jane all the way then by your
It's
logic.
too it's too soon for them though. By my logic, Chelsea Green fits.
My guy.
Which is why I was kind of like, oh, because here's the thing: if you didn't have the trilogy brewing with Brock and Oba, Oba wins King of the Ring,
Hmm. I agree.
and right, and that's where I'm saying Chelsea kind of has that heat behind her like that. People have been clamming for her. Like, there's been discussions like, okay, well, where do we put her? Right now, this is to see, can you run with these top guys? Can you be at the top with the Jades, with the Rias, with all of them? Can you do this?
You know who's
And
been
this is
at the
the
top right
tournament.
now?
This is the tournament that shows that gives you that opportunity.
Do you know who's been at the top right now with the Rheas, the Charlottes, and the Alexas? You know who's been on the top
Who?
besides Jade and BFAB and Michin?
Who?
JC Jane and Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, but when they introduce them, they do that with everybody. I'm talking
When they introduce them, they do that with everybody, but they don't keep it going a month or two later. They've continued this.
with
That's what
who?
I'm saying. If you're with JC Jane, so
Yeah,
you
feuding with who though?
with Rhea, with Charlotte, with Alexa, they've been there still. They still been giving them fits because JC wants the title herself.
Yeah, everybody wants the title.
Yeah, so no, no, no. It's EO
I
Jade. I see you, EO
we'll
and
we'll we'll
Chelsea.
see we'll see come final night.
Yeah, we are. But no, the good thing is we're both in agreement with Oba and Jay in the final.
Yeah, that's by default.
Yeah, that's there. But damn. Okay, so let me look at this match. My God, Uso, Knight, Keys, and Balor in one match. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. Then you have Ricky Saints, Tonga, Javon Evans, and Seth Rollins. Oof. I hope they let Ricky show out on that match. Because
They
obviously,
will.
show out in that match should be Javon, but I think Ricky should be showing out as well.
They will.
And
That's
then
a
you got
good four way.
Oba beat Carmelo Hayes and Solo Sikoa and Penta, which makes sense. Mysterio, Breaker, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. Honestly, Breaker.
Yeah.
I want to say Trick, but I think Trick, with the belt, doesn't need King of the Ring.
No.
I think Braun needs to move on so he could lose to Oba. I honestly think
They're
Seth is going to screw Braun, and in return,
right.
Braun is going to screw Seth.
Yeah. So the thing is that the reason why Soul's in there and Trick is in there, because you always kind of put one of the other belt people in there, right? Because you're still grooming them for to eventually have those bigger belts. And you want to have a little bit of star power. And so you put the champ in there, right? But it's they don't have nothing to lose because they still champs at the end of the night. And they can go on back over to their old storylines. It's kind of just filling something in with somebody who's got a name and some star power.
Yes. I keep looking at this women's bracket and I'm like, bro, I just can't see Chelsea making it to the finals. I just can't.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I could see
We'll
her
see.
coming, I could see her coming out of this match with Alexa, Becky, and Liv. I could see that. That I could see. But
We'll
her having
see.
to face Soruka, I could see her beating Lara Valkyria. But I can't see her beating Soul. I can't see her beating Charlotte. I can't see her beating Jade. I just can't do that.
We'll see.
All right, all right, all right. You when you like somebody, you really like somebody, I see.
It's I it you'll see what I see.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
hopefully
just seeing the long term.
hopefully you see what I see with JC. Because JC to me is
Oh, I
come
do. I do, but that's like 6 months to a year down the line from now.
on. To me, JC is right now with her work rate and what she does and everything like that and how she is, she's NXT wise, she to me was like the female Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Work rate, even as the champ, just work rate was there. So that's kind of why I'm like I'm big on JC. And then the fact that she survived being with Mandy Rose, who was one of the biggest stars there, survived being with Gigi Dolan, who, good lord, that woman is gorgeous. Um, Go look at Gigi Dolan if you haven't seen Gigi Dolan, bro. Like,
I
damn,
seen Gigi Dolan. I seen Gigi Dolan.
and the backside too. But damn, and JC's the one that survived.
It'd
You
be
know
like
that
that sometimes.
that's crazy.
Like how Liv survived
Riot Squad.
Rice Squad.
But see, there's the thing though. Liv, you could see it because Liv was the stereotypical woman there. The stereotypical woman in Toxic Attraction or Toxic, whatever I forgot what their name
Hmm.
was Mandy.
Yeah.
Gigi was a little offset because
But
she's
I
a little more
but
alternative.
I would argue Ruby Riot was the bigger star over Liv when they were there.
Well, she
And she
was
was and
it was
she
called the group.
and she was the better talent too at the time.
Well, it's called the Riot Squad, you know. So, but
Exactly.
I get you. But out of if you look at Sarah Logan, Ruby Riot, and Liv Morgan, if I were to tell you which one of these three look like the most stereotypical WWE women's superstar, who would you pick?
Said it one more time.
If I were to take Ruby Riot, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, put them all in front of you, and tell you which one of these three women do you think looks more like
Yes.
a WWE superstar? Liv.
Yeah. It's Liv. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then if I tell you Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, who would you say? Mandy.
Mandy.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I'm saying. JC Jane surviving it to me is more impressive than Liv.
I agree with that.
That's where I'm at with that. I
I
just,
agree with that.
I'm big on JC. I'm big. I was big
Yeah.
on JC back in the days too with that group too.
See? Now who likes who?
I didn't deny that I didn't like Chasey. I even said it. I took your logic that you were putting onto Chelsea, and I'm like, well, that's JC.
Yeah, but it's just too soon for her. That's all.
And at the same time too, I like Kiana James.
I like Keanu James too.
I like Kiana James.
I'm with you on that one.
I feel the person that they in the women's division that isn't getting as much shine, and it's terrible to say because she's now an ex US champion. They need to push Julia more. Julia is so
Mm,
underrated.
mm.
Is it because she doesn't
They
speak English?
gave
What it is.
probably it's a lot of that is that, and they did give her a push. They had her have that title for hella long, and I was like, she's boring.
Yeah. And it's just let's be honest. Let's be honest. In that time frame when she was holding the championship and she's boring, you know who also had a championship and wasn't defending it and was boring? Jade. And we both
I
know
think,
Jade is
but
not
we
boring.
know
We know
we
Jade
know
is
we know,
it's storylines that the people are not putting in front of them. So I
but
can't
she
blame her
wasn't.
for that.
But she wasn't boring when she was had the title. She still wasn't boring. They just weren't doing anything with her. They
They weren't
weren't
doing
doing
anything with
anything
Julia.
right, and she was boring.
And they couldn't change it because they weren't doing anything with her.
But two people, they're not doing nothing with. One is still entertaining, and one is boring.
One was being put on TV, the other one wasn't.
They both were being put on TV.
Julia was not on TV in any way.
Yeah, they were doing. They had her on TV. Jade hater.
I'm not hating Jade. I'm propping her up. I like Jade, bro. Like I'm telling you, I do. It's just there are certain times where I feel that there are underutilized women. Like honestly, let's be honest, as over and as Hall of Fame-ish career that she has, the last couple of years, Asuka's been underrated. She's been underutilized to me.
Yes, but now we kind of see because she was winding down.
But still, give her some wins. When was the last time you saw Asuka actually win? Exactly.
That's whatever. She was
Exactly.
winding down. Oscar forever she'll be one of them ones.
Oh yeah, forever she will be. But there's a lot going on in WWE town, but let's get a little AEW in. Just a
A
little.
little, just a little bit.
Just a little.
We have the return of my personal favorite, my favorite,
I called it.
my favorite,
I called it. I told you the
Mercedes
moment that
Moné.
I called it. The moment
You,
I saw that Willow was out, I'm like,
you,
well,
you, you,
Mercedes is coming.
you called me and said, "Hey, Mercedes is coming back now that Willow's gone." I was like, "But we don't know why Willow is gone." Yeah, but now Mercedes is coming back, and lo and behold, she came back.
All I gotta say, she was a Mercedes vehicle. She was a Mercedes sedan. Now she's a Mercedes truck. That woman thick.
Yeah, she gained some weight in a
No,
good
no, no,
way.
but no. When we mean she gained weight, no disrespect. She gained
Yeah,
good weight, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. She's been eating and training and we cover boxing, so people don't understand like there's ways to put weight on that isn't a negative way in saying someone
Oh,
gained weight. That's because fighters move up in weight, right? So it's just like there's ways that you do it. And Sasha, clearly, she's been putting on more muscle. She's been doing a lot more. So she came in and with her natural curves and everything else, it just looks good. And it looks like a weight that she should be at, especially on TV, doing some of the things she does with wrestling. Like,
yeah.
I'm very excited to see her come back with this new body, this new shape, and it's wide open now. Like, now maybe is the time we get to see her have a run at being AEW Women's Champion.
A couple of notes and news too. They Takeshita got kicked out of the Don Callis family. Kevin Knight became a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's a part of the Don Callis family. MJF is our scumbag. Let's praise Big Hebrew. Let's
Always
praise
and forever.
always and forever. Big Hebrew forever. Uh, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, Speedball and Mike and Kevin Knight put on a good match, very good match. Osprey versus Mark Davis was a good match. Who else is in that Owen Hart? I cannot wait for Swerve's next match because it's going to be either against Claudio or Brody. I don't remember what's going on there, but the fact that the
I hope it's against Brody.
yeah, I hope it's against Brody too because well, I don't because that would mean Brody might get his win back from Revolution.
Nah,
I don't want Brody to
I
win
just
that.
think nah, but I think Brody makes for a better match with Swerve. That's just me though.
And then also at the same time, I still want that finale that we were talking about when it came to Swerve versus Osprey at Forbidden Door. Now, Mercedes threw that monkey wrench in. I told you Athena was my pick to win that unless Mercedes came back. Now that means more than likely we're getting
Yeah.
Athena versus Mercedes in the finale. And
And
that
Mercedes is gonna win.
no, screw them, screw Mercedes winning. That match is going to be gold. I
You ready
think that
for it?
I think
We might
that
have we might have to live stream for that one. I'm not sure yet.
I think that match will more than likely go down as the women's match of the year. Just on
I'm
paper and how
I'm
I'm
here
seeing,
for it.
I think Athena versus Mercedes will be the women's match of the year. Because
I'm here for it.
I know both of them could go. I know the move sets they have, and obviously they have little surprises here and there for bigger matches. But an Athena versus Mercedes match, it is definitely one in the making, considering they were in the women's tag team title tournament and
Hmm.
lost, and there's some friction still there. I can see
But
it.
they'll make it happen. They'll
Yeah,
make it happen.
I hope it comes to be. And honestly, AEW themselves, I know we don't give them much time and everything like that. We don't discuss them as much as we should.
Right.
They
Well, there
are,
was a lot going on this weekend with WWE. Like, just so you guys know, the goal is to try to give 30 minutes to each one.
yeah,
But when one has a lot more going on, that's going to get the time, and
yeah,
we're going to make sure that we cover that because we want to make sure we cover it thoroughly.
yeah,
We had Clash in Italy, plus the announcement of King of the Ring. All AEW got going on is a regular schedule program with a little bit of Owen Hart.
yeah,
So, just know that we will get to both.
yeah. And obviously, AEW, I believe, has their pay-per-view coming in closer. I don't know when the next WWE one is, but I know AEW is on June
Yeah.
28th, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it is going to be June 28th, and it's actually in San Jose. It's in the Bay Area. It's in your neck.
Okay. We might have to go to that one then.
Now you could go to that one. I'm fine. I went to Revolution. AEW has four main pay-per-views like WWE does. Their four main are Revolution, Double or Nothing, All In, and Full Gear. I'll go to
There
those.
you
I'm
go.
not going to the in-between in your house pay-per-views. No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, you guys, make sure to please comment, like, and subscribe. That really helps us out. Yeah, you just hit that little button, it'll send you the alerts, and we'll be good to go.
And if at any point in time you guys got comments, questions, go ahead. We look at it and we will definitely get to you guys. Till next week.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace.